Think about your closest friend, not a coworker, not a follower, someone who would actually show up at 2 a.m. if things went wrong. Now ask yourself, how did that happen? You probably can't fully explain it. A shared laugh, maybe? An inside joke? A moment where something just clicked. That feeling, that inexplicable pull toward another person, is not a modern invention. It is 300,000 years old. And the way your ancestors built it was stranger, more deliberate, and more desperate than anything you've ever done to make a friend. Here's what most people don't understand about the ancient world. Friendship wasn't a luxury. It was infrastructure. No hospitals, no grocery stores, no insurance. If you broke your leg on a hunt 50,000 years ago, your survival depended entirely on whether someone liked you enough to carry you home. Archaeologists have found Neanderthal skeletons with healed fractures, injuries so severe that they would have required months of recovery, months of someone else bringing you food, cleaning your wounds, staying close. These individuals survived because someone chose them. Paleoanthropologist Penny Spikins at the University of York has argued that compassion, the emotional foundation of friendship, may be one of the defining traits that separated us from every other species. Not intelligence, not tools, the willingness to care for someone who couldn't repay you. That's where friendship began, not in warmth, in need. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Every primate on the planet builds social bonds the same way. Physical grooming. Chimpanzees, bonobos, gorillas, they spend hours picking through each other's fur, not because they're dirty, because touch releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Grooming is how primates say, "I trust you, you matter to me, we are on the same side." But here's the problem. As human groups grew larger, grooming stopped scaling. You only have so many hours in a day. You can groom maybe 5 or 6 individuals closely enough to build a real bond. So how did early humans maintain relationships across groups of 50, 80, 150 people? They found a replacement. Robin Dunbar, the same anthropologist who mapped human group sizes, argues that language evolved at least partly as social grooming. Talking to someone releases the same bonding chemicals as touching them. A well-timed joke, a moment of real honesty, someone remembering something small you said 3 weeks ago. That's not small talk. That's your nervous system running 50,000-year-old bonding software. But words alone weren't enough. Ancient humans had another tool, one so powerful that every culture on Earth, without exception, independently invented it: the gift. Archaeologists have found ochre pigment, shell beads, and carved ornaments exchanged between groups separated by hundreds of miles, long before trade networks existed. These weren't transactions. There was no market, no price, no guarantee of return. They were signals. Anthropologists call it reciprocal altruism. When you give someone something valuable with no immediate expectation of return, you are saying something ancient and unambiguous. I am betting on you. I trust that you will still be here. We are in this together. And the person who received it felt something they couldn't ignore: obligation, warmth, loyalty. The gift didn't just transfer an object, it transferred a relationship. Every birthday present you've ever given, every meal you've ever cooked for someone who needed it, you weren't being generous. You were doing something your ancestors figured out before writing existed. We live in the most connected era in human history. Thousands of followers, hundreds of contacts, people who will double tap a photo of your face and never once ask how you actually are. And somehow, loneliness is a global epidemic. Maybe because we forgot what friendship actually requires. It requires showing up when there's nothing in it for you. It requires remembering the small things. It requires giving something real: time, honesty, presence, with no guarantee you'll get anything back. Ancient humans didn't have the option of shallow connection. A friend wasn't someone who liked your posts. A friend was someone who carried you home when you couldn't walk. That's still the definition. We just stopped holding each other to it.